needs no introduction, because when you wake up in the morning, turn on your radio stations, look at the newspapers, you see a familiar face. Mr. Josiah Joekai, the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, has proven to be one of the outstanding members of the President's Cabinet through the reform that he and his able team have initiated following the takeover of the Civil Service Agency of Liberia. We are happy to have him here today. He will speak to you on emerging development. But before I invite him to the podium, I'd like to make the following remarks on behalf of the ministry. As you may have heard in the news, the Liberian National Police dismissed Officer Ishmael Talawale for what the LNP termed as gross misconduct in the death of 17-year-old James Kennedy in the LY rehab community in Pinju. You can recall that on 1st July, the officer, while responding to a violent situation in the community, unlawfully discharged firearms according to police investigation. The LNP has a professional standard. An investigation on the professional standard concludes that the officer was not in a situation of imminent danger, and that the use of force was not proportionate to the situation. Unfortunately, the little boy who posed no threat to the officer was killed. Officer Talawale has been dismissed and is being processed to court, and the law will take a course in this case. The government again extends sympathies to the family of the little boy. We thank the police, IG Como, for the leadership. This is a clear indication that we are only part of progress, and nobody is above the law, and that the government has zero tolerance for violence and official misconduct, and if anybody found culpable, research the conduct to be dealt with accordingly. Since it's taking over the police, the Inspector General has been very instrumental in reforming the LNP, managed to increase police presence. He's using his international connections to boost the logistical morale of the LNP. That's something that we appreciate. That the police, which is the first responder to situations of violence, can be able to reprimand one of its own, disrobe him, and send him to court for such misconduct. That clearly indicates that there's no room for inappropriate conduct within the security sector of our country. The Vice President, Honorable Jeremiah has re-echoed government commitment to an inclusive arrest agenda. Vice President made statements in the keynote speech occasion marking World Population Day celebration yesterday in Monrovia. Liberia and international partners, including the UNFPA, commemorated World Population Day yesterday. The day is celebrated each year, July 11. The event saw the launch of the 2024 State of the World Population Report. Yesterday, commemoration was on the theme, embracing the power of inclusive data towards a resilient and equitable future for all. Our Honorable Distinguished Vice President Jeremiah Kwan delivered a keynote address at the occasion at the Ministerial Complex. In his speech, the Vice President re-echoed government commitment to data-driven policy decisions. The Vice President told dignitaries at the event that the government arrest agenda will make use of data and evidence, which he said are crucial to design policy that are effective and that impact the lives of ordinary people. The Vice President emphasized that the government is committed to ensuring that the rights of women, girls, and all young people are an integral part of the ongoing formulation process of the government's arrest agenda. The Vice President emphasized that in his engagement with lawmakers as President of the Liberian Senate, he will ensure that policies and laws passed by the legislature considers the issues faced by all citizens, particularly those that are most vulnerable, the elderly people with disabilities. At this junction, I want to welcome to the podium, the national podium, the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, the Honorable Josiah Joekai.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's always a great honor to mount this podium in this historic hall. I want to thank the Deputy Minister for Technical Services, Honorable Daniel Sano, for this great opportunity. Again, I see that the Assistant Minister Nafi Nyakut is also here. I have the Director of Welfare at the Civil Service Agency, Mr. Rufus Johnson, who's also here. We also have Mr. Victor Patakoli, who's also here. And to you, our distinguished media practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, on July 4th, the President, His Excellency Joseph Joekai Sr., in this very hall, officially launched the Employee Status Regularization Project. The project is a flagship program of the government of Liberia that is being implemented by the Civil Service Agency. The launch of the program constitutes a mandate to the CSA from the President of our country to conduct a nationwide employee verification and headcount exercise. The ESRP is being conducted across 103 government spending entities. As you all know, we've been here 2 different times to provide progressive reports on the status of the exercise, and a number of fictitious names have been blocked on our payrolls. You have the data. We have also addressed the issue of double dippers and the issue of people with duplicate accounts on the national payroll. We want to inform you today that in keeping with the President's mandate, the Civil Service Agency has deployed across regions in the country. Region 1 Northern Liberia, we have deployed a team in Lofa, Nema, and Bom counties. Region 2, Southeastern Liberia, we have deployed a team to cover Maryland, Riverside, Sano, Grand Cru, and Grand Gila counties. Region 3, that's South Central Liberia, we have deployed a team to cover Riverside, Grand Bassa, and Maghibie counties. Region 4, Western Liberia, we have deployed a team to cover Bapolu, Grand Cape Mount, and Bomi counties. We have also deployed a huge team in Western Liberia to cover Bapolu, Grand Cape Mount, and Bomi counties. And finally, we have a team that is currently conducting the employee verification and headcount exercise across urban and rural Montserrado County. The ESRP aims to strengthen and manage the government's payroll system for transparency and accountability. It also seeks to address the challenges of ghost names, double dippers, double accounts, shared bank accounts, shared mobile money accounts in our national payroll system. As of the next 2 weeks, we are finalizing reports, progressive reports for the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, where we have conducted the verification and headcount exercise. And in addition to the Ministry of Finance, Monrovia City Corporation, John F. Kennedy Medical Center, Ministry of Education Central Office, the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, the Governance Commission, the Liberia Broadcasting System, the Liberian Senate, and the Vice President's Office. In 2 weeks, we will be mounting this very podium to bring you progressive reports from the spending entities that I have just read to you. In a special way, I want to thank the leadership of the Liberian Senate and the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Liberia for their magnanimity, for accepting the Civil Service Agency to go into the Senate and conduct the employee physical verification and headcounts of their central administration. We cover a total of 385 central administration employees who are civil servants at the Liberian Senate. So, as I indicated to you, we will be providing reports in the next 2 weeks on that. But I think that was a great leadership demonstrated by the Liberian Senate. If we are looking for transparency, openness, and accountability, that is a classic example. Also, Honorable Jeremiah Mancone, the Vice President of our country, he subjected himself. He did not only allow us to go in and conduct the exercise in terms of physically counting all the employees in his office and at the group of 77, but he himself was counted and was verified. He submitted documents. Most of you saw it, the photographs all over the place. I thought this was the demonstration of exemplary leadership. Leading by example reflects that. And I just want other officials of government to see that, to emulate that great example, so that we can bring total transparency and accountability to our payroll system, that we ensure prudent public finance management, and to ensure the effective utilization of public resources. Our leaders continue to demonstrate such great leadership. Today, I also want to call on all individuals from the spending entities which we have reported for and affected in terms of receiving notification of warning, suspension, and dismissal, that beginning today, July 12th to August 26th, the individuals concerned and who believe that they have substantiated claims to be reinstated should come to the Civil Service Agency, specifically to our Employment Services Division, to be verified. They know exactly what to bring in terms of documents. They are all aware. That has been communicated to them by their respective spending entities. After August 26th, if they don't come to be verified, they will be permanently removed from the payroll. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today the Civil Service Agency is going to make an important announcement on employees' retirement. This has been a long-standing concern of people, civil servants who have qualified for retirement and pension. The Civil Service Agency and the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation are currently working to strengthen their internal procedures to reform the retirement process of civil servants, to ensure the smooth transition of eligible employees from the civil service payroll to the pension payroll of the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. We have collectively identified about 1,500 employees representing 30 ministries, agencies, and commissions who are now eligible for retirement and also working with other relevant entities of government to submit their retirement listings on or before the 17th of July 2024. This will eventually increase the total number of employees eligible for retirement in the fiscal year 2024. Following the submission of retirement listings by outstanding government spending entities, all impacted personnel designated for retirement in 2024 will cease to work as of July 31st, 2024. Recognizing the challenges with transitioning from a life of active service to one of far less activity and income, the Civil Service Human Resources Personnel Manual, Section 62D, provides for the payment of handshake packages to retirees and the provision of guidance and counseling to prospective retirees to help encourage a positive attitude to retirement and to relieve the uncertainty and worries employees may have. The guidance and counseling section of the Civil Service Agency is also intending to facilitate their planning for the future. On the other hand, the payment of retirement pension by NASCA plays a key role in relieving them of some financial burdens. Although the payment of these benefits have worked for several years, key gaps remain with implementation. For instance, the disbursement of the handshake package and retirement pension benefits are often fraught with delays, and the pre-retirement counseling is seldom sufficient to address the extent of preparation that is required to transition to a completely different phase of life. To address these concerns, concerned employees will be able to stay at home in August, September, and October 2024, meaning they will not be working anymore for those months as of the end of July, but will be paid their salaries as handshake for the 3 months. We plan to formally retire them and remove them from the government payroll system beginning November 2024. That means, as of the end of July, all the listings we receive from government spending entities for those qualified for retirement will no longer be in the employ of government. They will stay home for August, September, and October. For those 3 months they will be home, they will take their salaries. Those salaries, the accumulated salary, will represent the handshake that government is supposed to give them. Because government cannot generate the resources from different sources now to be able to give them handshakes. Furthermore, the CSA, in partnership with NASCA, plans to offer nationwide pre-retirement counseling and motivational workshops for prospective retirees by mid-August 2024. The approval timelines for the workshops and all other reform strategies on retirement will be officially communicated to the entities concerned on or before the 25th of July 2024. That means for the period they will be home and taking their salaries, we will be engaged with them, counseling them, and making sure that they can have a smooth transition from active service to a far less status, and that the process can be very smooth and acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Director General Pamela.
Thank you so much, Engineer. Keep following my people.
Thank you, Minister.
We take 4 questions at a time.
Josiah, Joekai.
The DG will take
The
notes
button for question and answer.
and then respond to those questions.
Thank you so much. My name is Morris Odati. I report for OPF. Thank you, Mr. Joekai, for your deliberation. I've got 2 concerns, or 3 concerns anyway. Do you care to tell us, because you were here the last time, you told us that the financial controllers at Mines and MJ, other institutions, were asked to turn themselves to the Solicitor General for investigation. They done that. With this head count and the verification exercise that you are carrying on, is the government, I don't know what you said in the past, but I want to know, I want to get a confirmation from you today, whether the government is thinking about maybe increasing in the civil servant salary. And for the issue of the head count that will be taking place across some of the regions that you just talked about, one of the things I used to observe when I was in one of the legal counters is that when these people go in the field to do this verification, as long as their bosses are not there, you see that sometimes they compromise. What's your own commitment in making sure that while we are observing today, that after the verification, we will not see that? Thank you.
Thank you. So my name is James Mbala, and I report for Radio Joekai regarding Magibi County. Thank you for the exercise that has been conducted across the nation. One concern I have is how do with people who have been removed from payroll without the authorizations of CSA in the legal counties. Some who are working, especially from education. Some of them, they just stop taking pay and they don't know the reasons. There are no reasons, but over a year they are not taking pay, they go home. Will they be allowed to go for the exercise and area to be reinstated? What will be your positions in that process? Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Strugon Mama and I report for Spoon FM. You spoke of having your team across the country, but you care to tell us what, because we are in the rainy season now, what logistical support and financial support you can tell us, maybe in cents and dollars, how much you're going to use to do this exercise. That's one. And lastly, you spoke of those who you intend to pension. You also spoke of those who are on a job, but you failed to tell us the replacement process. Are you intending to reintroduce the gated program that will have young people in the CS there?
Thank you. My name is Samson Louisiana for TTV. So my question go to Minister Sino. The issue about Nina official Facebook page. So the ministry,